I have a written statement, so I'm just trying to get it. Okay. Good evening, everyone. My name is Marriyan Hill. I was introduced to this city by my father, Gregory Hill. He's pictured here. He's a retired captain of the Los Angeles County Fire Department. He bought his first home in this city in 1989, just as the city was first incorporated. We attended a carnival to celebrate the city's beginning right here in the parking lot area of this very area. He lived here until 2004. During that time, he was instrumental in the area's public safety. He was assigned as captain of the fire station in San Dimas, number 141. During his time there, he identified the need and facilitated a multi-agency collaboration with the Los Angeles County Fire Department, the California Highway Patrol, and the Department of Transportation to help prevent fatal collisions that were occurring on the 10 at the 71 and 57 interchanges. He accomplished this by designing clear direction on lane assignments for the various freeway routes and clear exit signages. In addition, he had the decorative railway ties on the borders of nearby surface streets that were there to give an Old Town feel removed. These decorations, when collided with in the event of a vehicle accident, greatly increased the result of death in the passengers. Thusly, he saved countless lives in this city and surrounding areas. His legacy will continue with all the lives that have been and will continue to be saved in perpetuity. I have returned to this city and have lived here for 5 years and counting with my 19-year-old daughter. She's here with me, Erin Brown. I am also a public servant. I work for the state of California as a parole agent supervisor. We are proud to call Diamond Bar home. My daughter recently graduated from Diamond Ranch High School and is currently attending Mount San Antonio College. During what turned out to be some of the final months of my father's life, I had the pleasure of caring for him in his final days right here in this city. He would sit and stare out of my front window at the mountains, looking at the mountains, and walk the hills trying to regain his strength. He met all of the neighbors, and I dubbed him the ambassador of my neighborhood. I am a poet, and I believe there is a need for poetry and arts in this city. I lost my father toward the end of last year, and I wrote this poem in honor of him. I'd like to read it now. It's titled, Blowing in the Wind. Ashes to ashes, and dust to dust. That's what the Lord said when teeth gnashes, because there's pain in the trust. What do we do when the body dies? Do we put it in the ground to rot? Or set it free to fly with the butterflies, like blowing out a daisy, saying, forget me not. I'll never forget the love I have for my dad, not past tense, but the present. Because in turning his body to ash, I'm able to keep it with me in my everyday life like a present. But even in keeping him, I also get to set him free. Some ashes to spread, some ashes to keep. And the person setting him free is me. As the wind takes him, I silently weep. Freeing him from the mountaintops, freeing him on the beach, freeing him while my tears drop, freeing him when my voice has no speech, freeing him as I free my grief, freeing him to free myself, freeing him for his relief, freeing him from sitting on a shelf. And now he is free, free from this world and all the pain, and the person freeing him is me. Thank you. Thank you all very much for your time.
Ty, you want to go first?
Thank you. Ms. Hill, thank you so much for staying with us. I just think that poem that you wrote for your dad was remarkable. It really hit me. Both my parents are gone. Both were cremated. And when you had that part in there where he's no longer on a shelf, that was like, I don't know if you could hear me gasp, but that was very, very touching. Thank you for sharing that with us. Just a terrific job on presenting the public safety. I know that everybody from the time we were a city has said public safety is number one, and it is the number one priority in Diamond Bar. So thanks, Ryan, for a thorough report. I know that you get a lot of help with that, but thanks for sharing that with us, and for Captain Towsey and the job that you do and your whole team. And before Captain Towsey, it was Captain Reyes, and before that it was Captain Holm, and we just continue to get a terrific service from the sheriff, and I sincerely appreciate that report. And I know that we strive to do our best. I think that the numbers don't impress me one way or the other, because one it's like a balloon that we squeeze it, and one time it's terrible.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, Ms. Hill, for sharing your story for your father. And that is a beautiful tribute and a beautiful poem. We thank your father for your public service, making our community better, even in the streets, and as you mentioned, towards like a better word, to the last minutes, and he's still out there making a community better in the streets. And thank you for your service to our public and our communities. Thank you, staff, for the presentation. It's very detailed and